All right. So I'm going to do something a little different with you because like I said, tarot's a little bit personal. These are called oracle cards, and this is Rainbow Oracle, okay? And you're a rainbow warrior. You connect with me in that energy. So I know that you're that energy. So what I want you to do is just kind of like get into your space and get into your center and like connect with, feel me, see me, like in your energy and your aura. So, and all I want you to do right this moment is just in your mind say to yourself, what is it that I need to know? Because see, we're not trying to predict to the future or anything. What it is that your heart needs to speak to you in this moment now, okay? So there is something, that a message that your heart has been trying to tell you, and that's what these will do for you. All right, so we're going to see what spirit, this is new for me, but I'm actually enjoying these. I actually do these a lot with people outside of the internet. I love doing it. I love doing tarot because you really get to meet people and you really get to know people on a very deep level. And in doing these readings, you realize that there's so much that like they know, but they don't put their focus on it. And when you do a reading, it's like, psh, your focus is on it now. So now you understand, like it helps to heal the process. I mean, they're so not evil in any which way. It really, truly is just a way of your soul to speak to you. Because a lot of times we're so disconnected from what our souls have to say to us. So that's why I love cards. Cards are totally awesome. All right. With yeah, it's funny too. With yours is 21. I don't pronounce it right. Dadidra. Okay, but it says hearing truth. Isn't that funny how, like, we're talking about this stuff and it's talking about hearing truth. Now, unlike other regular readers, I don't particularly like I don't like translating because I feel like the message is already here. It's in the book. I'm going to read it word for word how it exactly says. Okay. So again, I want you to kind of go into that space, center yourself, and just listen to what the card has to say. Okay. And really feel it within your soul, what this is saying. There's a deeper truth that shall bring peace to your heart, offering you guidance, comfort, and renewal. You are guided to turn within for your answers. Do not allow another to interpret, influence, or distort your personal, trusting relationship with the divine. Allow Great Spirit to be your highest counsel always, and you shall never be led astray. You shall know the words to speak and the consciousness to hold, to invoke healing and to set things right. Listen from deep within. Truth is known. So this is basically telling you that your truth is at your core, okay? And for you to get to your truth, you have to trust yourself. Because if you can't trust yourself, then you won't allow truth to flow. And there is a truth to the core of things, okay? Focus on what you know to be true by tuning into what you feel. Your feelings here are like the most important things. This is why loving yourself is like the most important thing. So focus on what you know to be true by tuning into what you feel and not focusing on appearances or the opinions of others. There is a voice of spirit deep within you. These people always be like, turn off invites for you. I'm going to turn off invites for this right at the moment because they just keep popping into my thing. Okay, anytime, here we go. Anytime you want or need guidance, you have the ability to tune into that inner voice, bringing peace, comfort, and clarity. Now, you can get there, especially when you take those like really deep breaths. It kind of puts you into that space of clarity, okay? It takes courage. It takes courage to turn within rather than putting your faith in people and things of this world. But you have enough inner strength and wisdom to do this. The truth within has been spoken. Trust that you can hear it. So this is, again, all having to do with you trusting that inner voice, with you listening to that inner voice, making sure that you're able to feel this truth, because you can feel truth. You can feel the difference between truth and not truth. It's like this, the moment you started to spiritually awaken up, it's like lying is like a radar. It's like ping, you see it, so you can tell the difference. You feel it. Okay. You have an intuitive ability to recognize truth of the spirit. Dadirian, I can't even, I'm terrible at pronouncing names sometimes, is an Australian Aboriginal term for the deep spiritual practice of reflective and respectful listening. Oh, the power of actually listening to people. Like, for the longest time, I didn't even realize what listening was. Like, I thought I was listening because, I was giving my time and attention, but I was almost waiting for my turn to speak rather than hearing what they had to say. So when you start to go into that space, that deep space of just trusting and listening, not only do you start to listen to yourself, but you start to listen to them and you start to hear what they don't say. Like the things that they try to hide, you hear it intuitively, no, because you can trust yourself. And so when you're in your presence and in their presence, you and them are one and the same. So you intuitively know what it is they feel. They don't have to say nothing to you. I mean, this is the ability for us to connect through everybody. It is a deep listening for truth beyond physical words and their logical meaning. It is the way the shaman hears with the soul, which I have a feeling is something you've been doing a lot more lately, is listening with that soul element in who you are. Am I hitting on point so far? Should you want me to keep going? It's awesome. I'm enjoying myself. Okay, so through the power of your own inner experience, the shaman is able to create spiritual wisdom for the community, bringing balance, unity between the realm of great spirit and earth. So this is telling me that you have the ability to bring balance between earth and spirituality. Like you have a way of connecting people and being that balance for people. Okay, because you're very strong and balanced within your own spirit. As one who holds the potential power of the shaman, it is part of your soul's journey to seek out deeper meaning. This is why you're always like searching. Always, your heart's always searching for something. I know, I can feel it. To never assume that the whole truth is revealed in what others say, and instead listen carefully. So again, this is going on your intuition and trusting your intuitions. Others will naturally be drawn to you, of course. But you must be sure that loving wisdom is the source through which your counsel is gleaned. Meaning always when you want to know something, go into your space and listen. Because your highest and greatest truth is going to come from that space. Now, it may not always work for them, but that's okay because your light just might irritate them. Doesn't matter. The seeds that you plant and the things that you say and the things that you do are powerful. They're very powerful. Okay. The part of the shamanic life path involves mastery over extremes of existence. So this means and tells me that you've been through a lot of extremes. A lot of extremes, especially in your past. Am I right? Yeah. We always push ourselves to learn. I think that's like the only way that I do learn is like that hardship, that extreme. Because I went through those extremes too for a long time. Okay. So, such challenges are a form of initiation, teaching the soul to become able to consciously contain and channel energy according to its will rather than being tossed about by the forces of the world. So you had to have these extremes so that you could learn to take control of your divine will, which is where you are now. And you can clearly see the effects of this, like your outer world starts to change when you stand into your divine will. The shaman is empowered to guide others through what has been mastered, moderating and containing what is required for healing. So that means that you went through the hard path and you did everything the hard way and learned the hard way so that you could become a teacher for the future spiritual group to come. Okay, this invokes balance in the lives of those that you touch and that they touch. So that means like everybody that you touch, their lives are going to prosper because of you. And not just them, but the lives that everybody they touch outside of them. So you see where you kind of like just spark something because you chose to stand in your balance and in your will. Oh, it is freezing in my basement. Oh my God. Like heater's on and it's just not working. But then again, I'm just channeling a lot of energy. So it's like super cold when you do that. You ever notice that? Your hands ever get like super cold? Like when you start channeling a lot of energy? Like so crazy. Oh my God, it's so crazy when it happens too. That's when you know. That's when you know that you're speaking the right words. I mean, you could just feel it. You can so tell. Okay, so let's see. this is a preparation for dealing with forces that are not visible to most. I can actually say that because I lived very blind for like the first 33 years of my life. So I didn't think spiritual. I didn't think energy. I was atheist. So I completely went down a different path. But then when I learned about chakras and I started to heal my chakras, life kind of just evolves you in such a way that you start to develop the vision to see energy. I can see energy coming off of people. And every day, it kind of just a little bit more. I see a little bit more. I understand a little bit more. It's like kind of that growing and unfolding thing that we're going through. So there's going to be a time where people are going to see this hidden reality that was, we can only see 5% of all of the light spectrum. Okay, and we can only hear 5% of the sound decibels. There is a whole world of unseen that we can't see. And we are our higher selves, our souls are interacting with this field all the time. So trust that your heart will recognize your true teachers, which will not always be those that claim to be your true teachers, as you participate fully in the unfolding journey with trust. So this is basically telling you that you're at a new level too, also where you're going to come into having, when they say that when the student is ready, the teacher will come type thing. So the card is basically telling you that you're right where you need to be and that you're going to start developing in the way to speak truth more profoundly, to hear truth more profoundly. Going forward, it will help you to be a healer for other people too, because now you're not going to think in the way that the mind thinks, but you're going to feel in the way that the soul needs to feel. Yeah, it's all pretty cool to me. So yeah, what do you think? That's Oracle. Right? It really is. It really is on point. I mean, life is like, it's so much more than what we've been taught. It's so much more full of things that we just really can't imagine, But soon we will. Soon it will unfold. Soon more and more knowledge is going to come out. Do you know your astrology yet? Like, have you delved into your astrology? Not much. Okay. You are on a new level. And the first thing that you need to really do is you need to get online and you need to do like your natal chart. So like search, I think it's Cafe Astrology is like the main one. Okay, you go in and you put your date of birth, you put the time that you were born in the city. If you don't know the time, that's fine. It doesn't matter. That just determines your ascending, which is how you project yourself into this reality. But in this website, you can put all of your information in, and it's going to generate your entire chart, every aspect of who you are. And then it's going to read through every aspect of what it is and how it is. You have 9 or 10 different signs in your astrology. And to really know, and it's not going to be like something you're just going to know right away, but the moment you start looking at it, like every day, just kind of look at it, learn a little bit more here, a little bit more there, just every day. It's like it grows the more you know. You're going to start to see and paint the picture of who you really are. And you're going to like take a new level of control. And instead of responding through the character that is this, it's like you take a step back and you see things from a higher perspective because you realize that you were created perfect. Like, especially once you really delve in and you read your astrology, like you're almost pretty much spot on if you know where to look in the right place. A lot of people tend to get it wrong because like, they used to have like the horoscopes and try to predict your future. Well, in all honesty, you don't want to try to predict your future. Your future is ever changing. You get to choose whatever you want at any moment in time. So to predict it is a very limiting thing because what you want today may not be what you want a week from now. Or the idea that you have today may not be the same idea that it will be from a week now. I mean, life is so ever changing. So astrology is like the one thing that doesn't change. It's like, you know it. Once you start reading it, plus when when days come up, like when you have like full moons and all that other stuff, like it just, you get a better handle on the energies and the ups and downs of life because you flow with it a lot better. It's not even what I wanted tomorrow. What do you mean? Change so much, right? Like it's constantly changing. We're constantly changing right at the moment. That's why we gotta like just take a deep breath and just flow with it. Like just completely flow with it because life itself is evolving. If you could really understand like the process of a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, the caterpillar goes into the cocoon, and in the cocoon it breaks its shit all apart, liquefies itself, okay? And then molecule by molecule, it rebuilds itself back up. Well, humans are going through the exact same process, but on the metaphysical side of life. The physical side is non-changing just because it's the 3D, it's not going to change. But on the aspects outside of that, we're going through a profound breaking down of who we are. I mean, a complete breakdown. I mean, you're talking about all of the collective right now is breaking down. Okay, so we're all breaking down. And people like me and you are able to stay strong in it because, well, I don't know, I've seen this stuff coming before it ever comes. I'm telling you, yeah, there's so much more. You're an avatar in a video game. Okay, your character has a blueprint. It has data, it has information. You can even delve into numerology, and the numerology gives you your days. Like you can see which days are your energy. You can see which days are for you and which days are not for you. Like, see, because the fact that we don't look into astrology or numerology and those aspects of who we are, we tend to live very blind because we don't know ourselves and we're guessing ourselves at every moment. But once you can even do soul contract reading. You want to go into another level, you do a soul contract reading. And in a soul contract reading, you literally hear your karma. And the moment you put your focus on the actual karma that your soul contract was given, you in that moment transmute karma and go from the wheel of karma and onto dharma, which means you get it one more time and then you're done. Like the cycle stops once you get to that level. The astro fitness, I'll have to look into that. Definitely, for sure. For sure. So, yeah. So there's so much more to it. And like I have visions of seeing healing centers all over the world, and healing centers where you can go in and learn about this, that have classes that teach this, that have Reiki and have, I see it changing the world. I mean, when you realize that you can heal yourself from all things. I mean, answer me this, honey. How old do I look? I mean, really, how old do I look? And you can't hurt me, so it's okay. 27. What if I told you that you have the ability to reverse age? It's 100% possible to reverse age. And I'm 38 years old and have a grandbaby. So, the human body is a digital programmable vessel. Even people who have aged into their bodies, you can do a process of particular meditation which starts the reversing age process of the body, meaning over time they will look younger. Because see, your body is like a tree and it grows like a tree, and every thought changes the cells that are produced. So it's very much to reverse age. They just don't talk about it because then, where would they make all of their money? It's all it is. It's money. But that's what we're going to come out of, so. What do you say to reverse it? Or what's the meditation? Okay, so. You can do a meditation twice a day. The way I have to double check it. I have to look into my notes for it. But you lay and do a meditation for like an hour going from north to south. Like you have to look the magnetics, know where your magnetics are, okay? And you lay from north to south. So for the first hour in the beginning of the day, you put your head towards the north and you focus on drawing all of your chi and energy up into the topper part of your body. And then at night, you do an hour night where your head is facing south and you see all of your chi going down into your body. And see what this is doing is starting to bring all of the life force back into the body, and it's aligning it back with the magnetics of Mother Earth. We put shoes on our feet, and when you disconnect from Mother Earth, you throw the entire magnetic system of the body in chaos. And so this process of meditating every day with Mother Earth and the magnetics of Mother Earth helps to put the body back on its to original, like it connects with the 0 point energy of reality. So it feeds off of the life force of reality, no longer like needing food outside, but the body regenerates on the life force of what life actually is. I mean, this is why Christ speaks of knowing me and not dying and becoming immortal, because your body goes into a, I don't know how to fully explain it. Like, I know more is going to be discovered and understand and spoke of in the future, but that's kind of like how I understand it. Well, that's exactly like it is, okay? So, all of these techniques are about putting the chi, because we have a kundalini, we have chakras in our body. Like, if you went your whole life completely ignoring one part, the most important part, you would always be sick. The body would always be sick. Well, chakras are a part, just as the heart is a part, just as your eyes are a part, just as the blood is a part, just as the cells are a part. Chakras are a part. The only reason why it's ever been discounted is because they can't see it. Well, it's a metaphysical aspect of the human body, but it doesn't mean that it's not there. Like if your back is out of alignment, you go to a chiropractor and get your back aligned. The problem with humanity is a chakra disalignment right now. That is the only problem with humanity, is that the chakra system is out of alignment in all humans. That's it. Once you put humans back into their rightful magnetics and frequency, that all of that will stop. So it's a magnetic thing. It really is. Well, anyways, love, I'm going to jump off here because it is late. And I truly enjoyed the time, and we will definitely talk more. Yeah, it's all electromagnetic. There are only two things in this reality. It's electricity and magnetics. Electricity is the thought form of human, and magnetics is the emotions. That's all there is. See, everything else is a physical projection of the consciousness, made physical for us to experience. But at the core of everything, it's electrical and magnetic. Thought and feeling. Thought and feeling, that's it. So, I enjoyed this time. For sure, honey. We will do it another time, okay? See ya. Now I don't even know how to stop it.